My name is Jake Collette Herald-Gordon, and this is my final project for gender and communication. And what I did is I created a collage type thing with a little more mixed media with paints and newspaper and put it on canvas. So first off, going into, I'll do that at the end. I'm going into the two sides of, or the sides over here, starting with. I have this over here. Where it's, this is a tornado that has what's considered to be goodness, and I have it lightly crossed out because it's more objective what goodness actually is, and then crossing into it is a tornado mixed with sin, and I have visuals of things that are seen as conventionally good, and then which would be a well-built man, and then also more bright colors, more bright characters, and then down to here I have this man here, just kind of morose as a representation of depression, and then also having video game characters here where they're the background for him is that he's about as evil as they come. He's part demon, and for here, even going more into things that are considered sinful, I have part of my identity is being part of the BDSM culture, and then I have an ad for a BDSM shop down here. More things like going into trans and drag, I think like those are conventionally seen as sinful, and then down here, just Curious Creatures After Dark, another somewhat negative image on that, and then just the part of me that's with vaudeville and creativity, all artists are seen as dark and sinful. And then, as I said, going back up, it's the goodness of things, and this attaching to that, where I just went over again with paints, because there's a lot of things that are just manufactured, and with that it's just all paints and made up. And then over down here, just we'll go into in just a second. And then for what I consider the more feminine side of this, we go over to where I included an advertisement that included comic art. So a lot of this has, I emphasize the eyes over here for female. There's, if you can kind of see it, it's a man and a woman kissing in a fabulous fashion of comic design. And then also we have the text here, Alone with You, Finding Love in the Doomed World. This is actually something I found from Game Informer, where this spoke to me a bit for this part of the project. This part of the project is more emphasis on relationships and the significance on them for me, for being able to find, especially for my current relationship, trying to find a path of my own identity, and having support with that was able to put me towards what I consider to be my identity. And then for here, a lot of it has to do with the heart. Like this one is representative of my boyfriend and I, the gamer youth, because you're gamers, and it's youth culture on that, and so it's something we have attached with this section here. And then for running home, because home is a big part of me trying to find a place where I belong, and going down for here, make sure your heart is in the right place. And that's the major message of this section, is something what I feel is right, what I feel is comfortable, and I get a lot of support from not just my boyfriend, but also other people in my life, not necessarily my family, which we'll get that in a second, get support from them to try to find what's right for me. And then a along here it's a little more splash of my personal flair because it's I am someone who goes to Comic-Cons a lot and goes to conventions, anime and sci-fi conventions a lot, and that's part of who I am, so it's connected with Comic Soul. One other note that I forgot to do earlier is that a composition of the entire is a lot of colors of purples and reds and pinks and blues. For those are the ones that I think as a comprehensive make my identity as a whole, because they're a mixture of masculine colors, feminine colors, and also the purple, which is considered the blend in between, and using that color palette overall is considered to be very gender neutral in that. And then down here I have You See Me, because this is in the middle of the path of trying to find what is good and right and what's in my heart, and Have You Seen Me upgrading is a big part of that. And over here, going for Deus Ex Trans is the fact that it's something that's a part of me, something that is something I can't change. This is something I haven't chose that I can't choose. And for that, and this one is significant to me because it's also tying into this entire thing here of for a while it was a lot of the relationships that I had ended up being backstabbed. It's hard to see here, but it's someone being hunted from the back, or no wait, it's from the front. But either way, it's being hunted and shot when in the middle of a seemingly deserted landscape. For this part here, I have a little bit of what I could find that represents a little bit of trying to go with my family and to talk about that for what my identity is. And this lady here is representation of the family. And me as a child, which I did have braids like that, this is me as a child, and also just trying to coexist with the family on that. And it's kind of mixed into the big ruckus that we have here of just the ideas of what it means to be feminine. And then on the side, I have it contrary with it warning hot guys along the more feminine features over on this picture. And then on the side, another contrary thing of the cute man and the handsome 28-and-a-half-year-old, or handsome 28-and-a-half-year-old girls, because these are the dichotomies of gender binary. This is but also going against it. Instead of going the handsome man or the cute girl, you do the cute man and the handsome girl. And a lot of that goes towards the fact that, at least with my expression, my appearance, I seem to fall into not really attractive for either of those binary genders, but as a blend of them, attractive as a human being, yes, and then just being more handsome as a girl or more cute as a guy. And then little bits of here and there, I have pictures of just what it is for me to be more feminine and masculine. And I have a picture down here, just of a chest, an expanse, and then over here is hear what the secrets have to say, and voices, because it's attached to this that I brought over earlier with my family. It's because I had to keep a secret. I had to try to figure out myself and just stop struggling and break free of a lot of the things that are tied up into this. And it's attaching to here on this side, being a rebel, and then having the rainbow across here as representation of the LGBT community. And then finally, On top here, I have a character from video game Super Meat Boy, which Meat Boy doesn't have skin, he's just meat. And the original picture is similar to this. If you look to the sides, it comes in a triangle. And the original picture itself had him over a pile of bodies and looked triumphantly as he defeated a bunch of enemies. And in that imagery, with him being very fragile as a skinless being, suddenly just being triumphant and very joyful about defeating all of his enemies and then just succeeding in general. And through all of that would go into my identity as being genderqueer and all of the little bits of me mixed along in it. And that's it.